He made us laugh.
Welcome to my channel. As we look at 11 heartbreaking celebrity reactions to the death of a co-star, these are some of the most emotional tributes and remembrances celebrities shared when they lost colleagues they worked closely with for years.
Kaley Cuoco for Catherine O'Hara.
Please help me welcome to the stage, Catherine O'Hara.
When a beloved star passes away, the grief hits their on-screen families hardest, because the bonds formed on set often become deeply personal. One of the most beloved comic stars of our time, the unexpected loss of Catherine O'Hara in early 2026 devastated fans and her industry peers alike. Many stars and creators paid tribute, including Eugene Levy, Martin Scorsese, and Seth Rogen, all honoring her unparalleled talent and bright, kind spirit. But perhaps the most heartbreaking message came from her on-screen son, Macaulay Culkin. He took to social media, posting a still from Home Alone beside a more recent image of the two at his Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. Though only family in film, the bond was clearly real and deep. Culkin wrote with raw pain, "Mama, I thought we had time. I wanted more. I wanted to sit in a chair next to you. I heard you, but I had so much more to say. I love you. I'll see you later." In that post, you can feel the ache of someone who lost not just a co-star, but a cherished maternal figure, a connection forged through years of laughter, family scenes, and film magic that went far beyond any script. Passing away at just 27 years old, Anton Yelchin's death shook the entire film industry. Yelchin was tragically crushed against a gate in his own driveway when his Jeep rolled backwards in a freak accident. Best known as Pavel Chekhov in the Star Trek reboot series, his work also included romantic dramas like Crazy and the 2011 Fight Night remake. The Star Trek family felt the loss deeply. George Takei wrote that their Star Trek family had lost one of its own. Zachary Quinto mourned the passing of their dear friend, their comrade, their Anton, saying it was still unfathomable that he wouldn't come bounding through the door at press junkets or join them for premieres. Carl Urban and John Cho shared equally shattered reactions, saying they were hurting and in ruins, reflecting how this vibrant young talent had touched everyone around him. The crew that felt more like family was left adrift in grief, yet determined to celebrate his incredible spirit and the legacy he built in such a short time. Carrie Fisher was our beloved Jedi princess on screen, and a warrior conquering mental illness off-screen. Her sudden passing stunned the world. For longtime friend and co-star Mark Hamill, the pain was immeasurable. He quickly tweeted, "No words, #devastated." Years later at Fan Expo Chicago, he opened up emotionally, recalling being awakened by his wife who was already in tears. Visibly breaking down as he told the story, Hamill admitted he couldn't see Star Wars the same way again because the heart was gone. Even though it was pretend siblings, he felt a real protective attitude toward her. Being around Carrie meant impossible laughter. Her fun personified energy lit up every room, and losing her left a void that no amount of force could ever fill. His raw vulnerability showed how behind the iconic roles, these actors shared a sibling-like bond, forged through decades of shared triumphs and struggles. Although their father-daughter dynamic on 8 Simple Rules was often volatile on screen, John Ritter and Kaley Cuoco's real-life relationship was rooted in genuine love and respect. Speaking at a gala for the John Ritter Foundation for Aortic Health, Cuoco reflected that in just a year and a half, he had touched her life far beyond that short time. She recalled their final interaction when he sat her down, looked her in the eyes, and told her, "I love you," with such emphasis. It wasn't casual. He needed her to know. That last hug and those words became treasures she still cherishes, often bringing her to tears years later. A true father figure gone far too soon. Luke Perry passed away in 2019 at just 52 after suffering 2 strokes. The sudden loss brought an outpouring of tributes from his 90210 co-stars. Shannon Doherty's words stood out as especially poignant. She was in shock, heartbroken, and devastated by the loss of her friend, with so many memories forever imprinted on her heart. At MegaCon, she shared her visceral reaction, noting that because of her own cancer battle, she thought she would be the first to go. When it was Luke instead, it sent her into a tailspin. There was a special kind of love that came from sharing that 90210 journey together. And she noted that his children were his biggest accomplishment. Those words carry even more weight today, reminding us how co-stars can become chosen family through shared youthful fame and adult struggles. Even though Full House had ended years earlier, the cast remained incredibly close, especially after reuniting for Fuller House. Bob Saget was the family patriarch, known for his quick wit and naughty humor off-camera that brought joy and comfort to everyone. His sudden passing devastated them all. The cast shared a joint statement. "Bob made us laugh until we cried. Now our tears flow in sadness." Candace Cameron Bure echoed the disbelief, saying she had no words. Bob was one of the best human beings she had ever known, and she loved him so much. His death brought the family together once more, with even the Olsen twins attending his funeral. The sitcom's lasting magic turned on-set camaraderie into a real-life support system that grieved together when the laughter stopped. The phrase "less is more" never hit harder than when Billy Crystal heard the news of Robin Williams' death. Decades of friendship and rapid-fire energy, especially in Father's Day, left Crystal at a complete loss. He simply tweeted a quietly devastating, "No words." Later, he delivered a heartfelt eulogy at the Emmys, speaking of the towering pop culture icon and lifelong friend, describing how their beautiful light would continue to shine, warming hearts and making eyes glisten with the thought, "Robin Williams, what a concept." Their comedic partnerships created magical shared worlds of improvisation that grief still struggles to process. Friends may have ended in 2004, but the bonds never faded. As Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry brought laughter to generations. Upon his passing, the cast released a statement saying they were all so utterly devastated. They were more than just castmates, they were a family. Jennifer Aniston revealed she went through all their old text messages, finding bittersweet exchanges filled with laughs that went far beyond the set. The group poured out tributes reflecting on the brotherly and sisterly love they shared. The Central Perk couch became a symbol of a bond that extended through thick and thin, long after the cameras stopped rolling. The loss of Naya Rivera, who brought Santana Lopez to life with such talent and charisma, was tragic in every way. After her boating accident at Lake Piru, where she saved her child before disappearing, the Glee cast stood together at the shoreline, holding hands in solidarity. They shared memories of her force, her light, her joy, her passion, and her powerful voice. The sisterhood formed through musical numbers and personal growth turned the Glee Club into a real community, mourning one of its brightest stars. Their united front and heartfelt tributes celebrated her energy and depth. Despite keeping his cancer battle private, Chadwick Boseman's passing as Black Panther rocked the Marvel family and the world. Tributes poured in. Forrest Whitaker's words were especially moving. "Let the heavens be blessed as you illuminate the sky." Lupita Nyong'o admitted the news sent her into an existential crisis, full of grief and questions about life. Letitia Wright shared that the cast mourned together, being real with every stage of grief. Co-stars spoke of his strength, grace, leadership, and quiet dignity on set while battling privately. They celebrated a king who inspired with honor, whose legacy continues to empower even in his absence. Just like their characters in the Fast and Furious franchise, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker were as close as brothers, with Diesel serving as godfather to Walker's daughter. Diesel has never hidden how difficult it has been to lose his brother Pablo. He is often moved to tears at the mention of his name. Every year he pays tribute, naming his own daughter Paulina, and walking Walker's daughter down the aisle. He ensures the legacy lives on, not as tragedy, but as a lifelong promise of brotherly love, shared adrenaline, and carrying forward that spirit. These stories reveal that behind every blockbuster, and every iconic television moment is a web of real human connections built on love, laughter, shared struggles, and profound loss. The glamour fades, and what remains is the humanity, the bonds that turn colleagues into family. These heartfelt reactions remind us to cherish the people in our lives, to say the important words while we still can, and to remember that even the brightest stars feel the same pain we all do when someone they love is gone.